Hey guys, welcome back. Today I have for you week 4 and the end of my month-long meal planning series. This week I spent a total of $33.91 on groceries. I'll leave a link below on each meal that we'll have this week, along with the grocery list and the prep work needed to complete the meals. My goal for this series was to be able to make 5 dinners for less than $50. So here's how I started prepping when I got home from grocery shopping on Sunday night. Now I started with chopping up my onions. Now I realized that these onions were very large, so instead of using both, I'll just use one this week and keep one in the fridge for later. So half of the large onion I diced into a fine dice, and the other half I just did a rough chop, put them both in Ziploc bags and put them in the refrigerator. I then just chopped and washed my lettuce, put it in this container, and then I just put a dry paper towel on top to try to keep it fresh longer. Then I moved on to making my turkey meatballs. For this recipe, you'll need some minced onion, minced garlic, or I use squeezed garlic, dried parsley, dried oregano, pepper, and salt. I also use almost a whole sleeve of Ritz crackers and 2 eggs, along with 2 pounds of ground turkey. I use the 85/15. And for this recipe, I will actually leave a link below for you guys if you want exact measurements on this one. And also a little tip, to crush up your crackers, you can always just put them in a Ziploc and roll over it with the rolling pin. That works really well. I then just take all the ingredients, pour it into the bowl with the turkey meat, and then just mix it all with my hands. I then use my small ice cream scoop and scoop them out onto these baking sheets that I've lined with foil and sprayed with Pam. I then just bake these at 400 degrees for exactly 30 minutes, and then I just pull them out of the oven and let them cool. Once they're cooled, I divide them into 2 Ziploc bags, label the bags, put one in the freezer and one in the fridge. And that completes all my prep work. So here's how the dinners turned out. On Monday night, we had turkey meatball spaghetti with a side salad. Now this dinner comes together really quickly. I just took the meatballs that I had in the fridge, put them in my saucepan, and poured over a large can of spaghetti sauce. I then just add a little bit of garlic powder, onion powder, and dried parsley and let that simmer on low while I cook my spaghetti noodles. This time I made both of my packages of spaghetti noodles because when I'm all done, I'm going to put half of the noodles away in the fridge to use later in the week on my chicken spaghetti. And then for the salad, I just pulled out the lettuce we had pre-chopped and served it with some sides and ranch dressing, and that was it for Monday night. On Tuesday night, we had baked chicken with potatoes along with vegetable melody on the side. So to start this meal, I like to put together my chicken and potatoes dish. I start by thinly slicing my golden potatoes using my mandolin, and I don't peel them, I just slice them with the peel on. Lay them all along the bottom of a baking pan, and then I pour over this easy creamy white sauce, and then just lay my chicken on top. Then I'll put that in the oven, and I bake this one at 400 degrees for 1 hour. Now I made the white sauce by just taking a little bit of butter and garlic in a pan, sprinkling some flour on top, whisking in some milk, about 2 cups worth, and then just adding a little salt, a little pepper, and some chicken bouillon, and let that simmer for just a couple minutes, and then just pour it over your potatoes. Now you may want to cover your pan with some foil if you feel like your chicken is starting to burn on top before it is done cooking through the inside. I also just made these vegetable melody on the side, boiling them in a pot, straining them, and then just sprinkle a little salt and pepper on top. And this was dinner for Tuesday night. On Wednesday night, we had turkey meatballs and gravy with rice and green beans. For the meatballs and gravy, I just went ahead and took the turkey meatballs that I have defrosted and put them in the saucepan, added a little bit of butter and flour, stirred it around and added some milk. Let that simmer for a little while, and then I just added in some Worcester and some dried parsley, and I had a little bit of chicken broth left in the refrigerator, so I just added a little chicken broth to thin it out, and then I let that simmer for about 5 to 10 minutes until it was thick and creamy. I then just made a cup and a half of white rice on the side, and then for my green beans, these are canned green beans, but I make them taste a little bit better by putting a little pat of butter, a little sprinkle of seasoned salt and pepper to warm it through, and I think it tastes really good like this, and my family loves it. So this was our dinner for Wednesday night. Thursday evening, we had frozen pizza and side salad. You guys, this was so simple, and this pizza was really good. It was less than $5. So I simply just baked my pizza, pulled out all of my salad and sides from earlier in the week, and dinner was served within 20 minutes. It was great. So this was dinner for Thursday night. On Friday night, we had chicken spaghetti with sauteed corn. I started out by using this large pan, and I just put my frozen corn in with a few tablespoons of butter, sauteed, and once it was done cooking, I added just a couple tablespoons of sugar, cooked it through, and set it aside in this bowl. Then, using the same pan, I sauteed a few diced onions, and I also diced up some celery I had left from last week. I let those cook until soft, and then I added in some of the chicken that I deboned from what was left over from Tuesday night, and the noodles that were left over from Monday night. I then added 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 can of diced tomatoes, about half a cup to 1 cup of shredded cheese, and then seasoned with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Mix it all around and let it heat through, and dinner was served for Friday night. As always, I will leave a link below for my entire meal plan, grocery list, and prep work. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series. I appreciate you guys watching, and please leave a comment below if you would like me to continue this series and do another month's worth of meal planning on a budget. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Bye.